J makes a live stream. Ha ha ha.
Cloud,
Yeah.
you're not invited.
Oh, okay.
Nobody tried to understand. All I had was music, man, and music was my one night stand. The Alphatower of repressed situations. And now I'm sitting on my throne. If you can make it, man, then throw me out of my own throne. Throw me out of my own throne. Push play. Throw me out of my own throne. Push play. Then throw me out of my own throne. Push play.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second episode of Alphatower Meet and Greet. I'm your host of this evening, and today we have a very, very special guest with the topic, a heartfelt thing. So, who I have with me today? He is a person very, very he went through a lot in his life. He's a musician. The most of you guys know him because he has featured songs with me. But today, we are not talking about music in general, maybe more about the healing powers. We will talk about lifetime. And I invited for that topic the one, the only, the unbelievable B2Fab, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. So hi B2Fab, welcome.
Hey, yay.
So it's been a while that we both stand in front of a camera, right? so lately you scared the hell out of me. Like you really scared the hell out of me that I thought, okay, it's done. 10 years B2Fab, and after that we will meet somewhere else. I thought, like in heaven or hell. So for the people didn't know what happened to you, what happened to you a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, so it was right after the album presentation, right after traveling, a week after traveling to Finland. I was dizzy in the morning and really dizzy. Didn't feel right, and I had it before, but much lighter. And then I said to myself, well, I should see the GP. I should visit the doctor and ask what was going on. And she felt my pulse, wrist, and she immediately said, you have to go to the hospital. If you are by car, if you are by bike, you're not allowed to use the car anymore. You're not allowed to use the bike.
So you were not allowed to go there with driving some kind of way. So how do you get there?
Yeah, so I called and someone picked me up and brought me home. Someone else brought me to the hospital. And there I was taken into custody. Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
I was under heart arrest.
Can go back in my mind right now because it was so scary. And oh my God, I remember when you wrote me and said, hey, I'm in hospital, but all will be okay. Like you and your positive, never negative energy, like with that superpowers inside to say, oh, nothing will happen to me, everything. Where do you take that positivity even when you know there was something with your heart, a serious problem?
Yeah, it's always your heart, and you only have one. So if it stops, then it's all over. So yeah, that has impact, and that's something that I was it knocks you down, so to say. But they said there's irregularities, and we have to look at it in your heartbeat. It has to be investigated, But immediately, one nurse said to me, well, if you have this indication, your heart probably won't stop. Don't worry.
Yeah, it was like it was a race, right? Is it the one thing? Is it the other? So
Yeah.
how do you feel knowing it can all go very worse, or all can be good with a pacemaker or pills, or how does it feel for you?
Well, yeah, if you're in the hospital and you're even in the cardiology department, and you're in intensive care, so monitored, then you immediately feel safer, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Well, then there's this nurse that says, don't worry, your heart won't stop. It's just irregularities, and our heart won't stop beating like that. But we have to investigate, and if we know the cause, then we'll try to fix it. I believe the same day there was already a scan indicating no major problems. And that already meant that, well, it's irregular, but it is not deadly. You're not getting a heart attack or something that's something pretty terrible. It's just irregularities. So yeah,
I mean,
for me it's also
imagining you being in that situation and saying, okay, it can be all over this night, or it can be all go further. When I just take the right decision, should I do the operation? Or I remember, like, when you said you were in hospital, you said, I don't know the results, I don't know what they want to do, and it goes like 3-4 days just waiting. What did you do that 4 days? You were allowed to stand out of bed and do something? I mean, I'm not quite sure what is possible in the hospital, you know, but did you walk around there, just check on, I don't know, the other people, whatever?
I could walk around, but I had to wear a monitor, portable monitor, wireless.
Oh, this things where you have to, okay.
Just a box carrying it around my shoulder. And a lot of wires coming from under my clothes. But otherwise it was just like being jailed. So I couldn't leave the cardiology department. Wasn't allowed because there are antennae in the ceiling, but they don't go all around the hospital. So I was just allowed to walk up and down,
For me, like, I mean, you're a musician, I'm a musician. To know that there's that 1 week I can do music at all. So I think it scares the hell out of musicians to know I have no possibility. Or when, I mean, for example, you go on vacation and you can take your laptop or whatever with you. You just get, I mean, it's on my side like this. I get so hard anxiety. So, and when you're in the hospital and you even don't know if you are allowed to continue life, so how does it feel to be in that weird world situation, kind of between thing? It's
also, it's like you're in another time zone, you're in another place, you're in another time zone, because early in the morning someone opens the curtains and you have to wake up and have breakfast, and then early in the evening you have to have your dinner, and then it's visiting time, and after that a lot of people want to go to sleep. And of course all the time nurses come, doctors come, and they say, oh yeah, but you're a young person. And I was flattered, of course, because sometimes I have to realize that I'm not that young, but when everyone says you're young, that helps.
You
Um,
are young inside, but I mean, let's talk about it. I mean, there is an age difference in
yeah,
everything in life. Is it, I don't know, in the body, like the body in general, like for example, my heart is 34 years old, yours is older, but
yeah,
I mean, there are people that are born with a broken heart, or I don't know. I mean, it's not. I think like what I believe is that the age is not nothing but a number. It's just
yeah,
a state of documentation on which day you're born.
yeah,
But in your case, because you I know sometimes you say you think you're old, but when I remember when you were here in Berlin, you just be more fit than me. I mean, we walk around and I just cut that video and it was, I think, 4 o'clock in the morning. And on 6 o'clock, you wrote me, hey, I'm awake, I'm ready, we can go. We just can visit Berlin and all the places and full of energy with just eating one little thing. Like you are more younger than other people in your age and more fit and
yeah,
how...
maybe. Yeah. But it is, yeah, the indication I had was usually more with people 70 years old. So that is why all the medical people said, yeah, you're young. But it is, I was young to have that indication with that irregularity in my heartbeat. And yeah, it is, yeah, there's another thing. I don't believe in fear. They
Really?
have a
No,
saying.
you don't. No. Wait. Now we have the topic for that. You don't believe in fear. Why?
No.
Why?
Yeah, there's a saying in Dutch. I'm from Holland. There's a saying in Dutch that fear gives bad advice. I don't know if there's an equivalent in German or English. But
I understand like fear gives negativity. Did I?
no,
No?
just bad
I don't know.
advice. Like I'm afraid of everything that happens in hospitals, so I don't go to the doctor. So
Okay. So like avoiding situations
yeah,
because of. Okay.
I don't like to be on in traffic, and it's all scary. So I don't want to drive the car anymore. It's yeah, it's just in general. It seems that how we live, it's I can go down now and go to the fridge and get myself a nice drink and drink it.
Oh, drink is good.
It's different.
That's...
It's a different life than the life we had thousands of years ago, where there were real dangers, maybe even animals in the jungle or.
But fear exists just because of that. I mean, when you're traumatized and you go to the therapist, like I did, I don't know, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. And I remember she told me a story. She said, imagine that there's a big wolf running behind you, and this is fear. And this image of running behind me is somewhere in my head, in my brain. And there is this function coming like from the times, how you said, like when we just like fight for food and the woman, I don't know, stayed in the hole and waited for the man to bring the mammoth and I
Fight
don't
or
know.
flight. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure. But it's something we need to exist, because without fear, we can save ourselves in some situations. For example, fear to cross the street because you see the car coming with, I don't know, full speed, and
of course.
when you're not scared, you cross and you die.
Yeah.
Right.
No, fear is there to protect us from dangers, but yeah, I'm talking about the fears inside you, which you will always treat like that wolf that's running behind you, ready to eat your, take a bite of your leg, and you will die, even if it's For instance, going
totally
to the
shocked
doctor.
by everything you say right now, really.
So any simple fear will be like a fear of death, and you react like it's something deadly. Like, for instance, giving a presentation for a group of people, or getting on stage to play a show for 1,000 to 2,000 people. It can scare you, and it can break you. But what's the worst that can happen? That you give a bad show, that people don't like it. No one's going to die. There's no one is going to bite my leg off if I make a bad show on stage. So
you're so right, but isn't it natural? I mean, to say when I make a bad show and those people don't come back, I just ruin the first steps of my career, or I just ruin my own self-esteem, because I'm a person always being scared, as you know, from much things, going on stage, driving to Amsterdam. I don't know, there's a lot of big lists, but when it's on stage, I mean, there is this rule, the show must go on, and you do it, but how you feel inside, only you know while you're doing it, because you don't want to embarrass yourself, or you just feel fear of losing. And I think it's a pretty real feeling.
Yeah, it's pretty real, and it's the deeper part of your brain that's fast. It reacts immediately to dangerous situations. It's always there, trying to keep you safe, but then much slower, walking behind it is reason. It is, okay, I will give a presentation to 100 people. What's the worst that can happen?
Right.
The worst that can happen is that they have a boring few hours with you. Is it going to end my life? Is it going to end my career? Yeah, could be.
Right. I just have a realization right now. I mean, fear is my biggest enemy since day one, but fear is controllable. I really agree with that. When I think of the cloud of doubt, it's controllable just by the will of the mind to say, hey, it's not this bad. But I differ into fear, which is real because you're traumatized. Like, for example, when I walk in the dark and I hear footsteps behind me, I just automatically, it's like a button set, and I feel pain immediately, and I turn around and have to look into the face of that person, because I always get triggered of my post-traumatic stress disorder, and I just turn around and who's this guy, or is it a woman, and I don't know, and it's like a shadow of fear, because I never know who that person was harming me 10 years ago, and it stays. So I learned to live with that, but it stays. So, and
it's a
I don't find a name.
It's a pathway that's it's written in your brain.
Yeah, it's like branded, and when the situation comes back, it always turn around. Who's that people? Look into the eyes, look into the face, sweaty hands, just and the doctor calls this a traumatic reaction, but I live with it now 10 years, and the people look at me like, why are you looking at me right now? And we just both get feel that it's a weird situation, and then this person crosses the way and I go further. Nobody get harmed, but it is a dysfunction I gained from fear. So if you would be a doctor, you would tell me now that there's no fear, or how would you differ?
Well, I think there's still reason that can help you handle it, and you are in a way the living proof. You can breathe in, you can breathe out, count to 10 maybe, and maybe look around. Maybe you can maybe even reward yourself for not being so afraid, and there are ways to handle even traumatic fears, but they have to be addressed. They have to be treated somehow.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
not something you can easily do alone.
Absolutely, because I think that's the only topic, like trauma, suicidal tendencies, like this both, where cloud fighting is not enough to overcome it. And if somebody's watching having, I don't know, suicidal tendencies or has a trauma from ages ago, which is always popping back, it needs a therapist. And I can say, like, from my experience, you don't need that therapist your whole life through. You need that therapist to learn how to fight it or how to deal with it, or just like to learn basics to handle that situation. And when I remember mine, she said like that wolf, whatever, running behind me, and she always said, turn back and look the fear into the eyes, and realize that fear is a past fear and not your present, and that you have to turn around then and move in your normal heartbeat to overcome it. And just like with doing it again, with not fearing, like when I would fear to go out, like back then I wouldn't be able to live. So, but when you go out every day, it gets better and better, and you deal with it. And for example, nowadays when I turn around, I laugh about myself because I know why I do that. I really know.
Yeah, and that's reason helping you fighting the fear.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the fear would take over, and you would feel that deadly fear.
Yeah, and you feel low. You feel like shit. You feel worthless because you were not able to manage that 5-minute situation, and you go home and, oh my God, I lose again. You feel like a loser when you can make to deal with that. And so we talk about now about there is no fear. You said you were in the hospital saying there's no fear. What had happened if you would had fear?
Yeah, of course there is. Yeah, of course there is fear. The moment you have this box hanging from your shoulder, and you feel the dizziness again, and then a nurse comes running to you. Well, you had another rhythm failure again. Did you feel it? Yeah, I felt it.
How does it feel to have a rhythm, like a musician knows what a rhythm is, but how does it feel to have a broken rhythm inside?
Yeah, it is. I then heard the story. You have people that faint immediately. You have people that have it much worse than me, 3 times more bad, and they still don't faint. It's very personal. It's about blood pressure. It's about your whole system.
Like about the other basic options.
So I have dizziness, and I don't faint, but other people faint immediately, and this can lead to lots of problems like falling off the stairs or
oh my God,
really making bad accidents in traffic. It's also fortunate that not everyone has it. So I had it. I had bad luck. So there's fear, and maybe even watching the thing and checking your own heartbeat. You could come into a cycle of fear, and
for sure.
Yeah, and maybe even panic in a condition like that, in a situation like that. But what helps is reason, like the nurse saying your heart won't stop like that. It's not going to stop. Don't worry. That helps. And there's also all these checks. For me it's then listening to the doctor, trying to ask sensible questions. What will happen if I do this? What will happen if I do that? And reason helps you fight the fear. It's as
But
simple as that.
didn't you like when the doctor said, because I experience bad doctors always in life, when I would be in your situation, I would lie there and the doctor said, "Oh, it will be all okay." I would think in my head the totally opposite, and I was like, "Hey, you said it's okay and I only have 24 hours left or something," and I would panic inside. And for sure, don't try to show family and friends, but inside in the bed at night, I would like, oh my God,
Yeah.
is it true? Can I trust that doctor?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that
how do you trust him? Like what make you trust him?
It's kind of following the reasoning of the doctor, and then concluding that yes, we have seen this, I have seen this, these are the steps, and this can maybe solve the problem. This gave me direction and the hope that I would be where I am now, recovering, and hopefully in 3 weeks getting the 𝗀𝗺𝗺. But of course, it could have been different, and there is maybe another mechanism there. I maybe am older than you, and
but only
I have
from the number, because for me age is really nothing but a number, and I can only say it again and again, you have much more body health than I have, and
maybe
we have a lot of years in between. But when you listen to our songs, there's no age difference. I think people can't hear an age difference because your experience, and I don't know how to call myself now, but when you just mix it together, there comes something totally timeless out of it, I think. And it doesn't matter if you're 60, 100 or whatever, when you just make music, you're in a world where there's no age. And I think when you're a musician and you put like your whole energy and everything into that one song or whatever in that project, you feel younger when it's out. I don't know if you feel the same. I always feel younger when I release a song. So officially I should be now 0 years old or something, because I release a song every week usually. But I feel refreshed and
we are the fortunate ones, because I think that music is there at the same place where fear is. Deep down, our oldest emotions, our oldest
the oldest pains came out, because you have that crazy idea where you write that song, or just
music is very old too, very deep.
When I like, I don't know if it was like the Kings and whatever back then, I don't know how many years ago, they have somebody playing violin for the Queen or whatever, like in the Kings of Queens times back then, like, but music is something, I think you can't describe what it does. It has so much healing power, and it creates a magical momentum when you do it with real emotions, like when you don't try to make money or fame or whatever, when you just have that idea and let your heart write it, like when you
we are that fortunate to have this
special pill
some people
against
say
every heartache.
Some people have said it to you, oh, you have a nice hobby. But it's not a hobby, it's an obsession.
It's not. It's a religion. I think it's a religion. It's a religion you created. You created your world, your beliefs. I think the things making you unique, and everything together becomes you as an artist. And I think nowadays, where people just make music with AI and whatever, you can differ people from, oh, this one is doing it because he wants to have the clicks, or he wants to have that fame or whatever. And then you see people still doing it the real way with guitars and I don't know, or with programs like we do. And what comes out is totally realness, and the people can differ that. Like the listener can see, oh, this song is a heartfelt song. Like my last release, which I had so many people in my newsletter writing that, who's that guy you write that for? And I still don't say his name. I don't want to embarrass myself, but somebody giving me hope, and somebody I just judge without knowing, and it was a mistake and make me feel ashamed, but I want to put all that emotions into a song. Like if I could see that person and talk to that person, what would I say? That was what I thought, and that's why the song is real. So and when I think about Back Again, like when you were in the hospital, and it scared the fuck out of me that I think, okay, so 1 week ago we just said, okay, 10 years B2Fab, and we make that big party, and the radio station was there and people clapping and whatever, and I was live with the camera, and 4 days later, hey Pi.A, it's me, B2Fab, I'm in the hospital, it's my heart, but I'm okay, everything will be good, don't worry about me. And I sit here and ran like, I don't know, like Anton from Pokemon, like, oh my god, B2Fab, oh my god, B2Fab, the whole time, because I was so scared. And
I'm sorry, I scared
thought
everyone.
Back Again. Back Again became my anthem for your hospital time, because I thought, I'm going back again, like, you know, just, and I thought, where is he going back again? Up, down, back to life? Where is he? He's somewhere in between right now. How do you feel yourself about your music? Like,
that is why I started About Age. I have that privilege, maybe, to have played in wonderful places, to have signed that record deal some long ago for completely other band, sitting at the table, drinking beer, signing a contract. You're going to make an album, all the good stuff, so to say. For
you were an original gangster, right? Back then.
I already had it, and in a way that's then it helps when you are in this situation. You're in the hospital, and someone says, "Okay, this is the end." Then I say, "Okay, this is the end. Goodbye." But it's I wasn't that. I was following the reason of the doctors and concluding, this is the path we go, and then everything will be all right. I will feel better, maybe even stronger than I was before. This is all good.
Was there that little voice maybe saying, if I would die now, how would I feel about my life? Like when I review like all the songs I made, all the people I met, all the things I experienced, would you, I mean, please die with 1,000 years. So you will not die like in a short time. You will overlive me with everything. But would you say like it was worth everything, and my music will live forever, and I'm grateful to be able to leave something forever on Mother Earth? Or would you say, no, I was not done. I just wanted to do a lot of more things.
It is making music. It's just if I sit and put the headphones on or the monitors and I'm working, then time isn't there. It just flies by. I always say it's a bubble. So that as long as that's the case, then I will be making music. It's not like I want to leave a legacy. It's not that I the only thing you have is your life, how you can help people, how you can experience things. And if you were lucky enough to experience wonderful things in your life,
like you, because you have that OG gangster musician life when you were younger. Just going, I mean, people can see on the internet. that you just break ladies' hearts, didn't you? Like you were in that big stages and you were just like playing there, and it looks a little like Warped Tour where you played. It was like that vibe, that bigness, like for the people watching right now, was that huge. And I'm making music with a guy experiencing these things. It's not only an honor, it's cool, and everybody want to know more about it. So you can tell.
Well, I can tell you, if you're there, that's also when you feel fear. And at that time, I wasn't that reasonable, so I was scared. And with the knowledge I have now, I maybe would have even performed better because I wouldn't have that fear that much.
Yeah, it's weird when people grow, they get wiser, and then they wish to become younger again, to put that wiseness into the same situation. But wasn't it a growth moment, like to experience? Like, but it's weird. Every one of us, everyone wants that to say, oh, when I would now can go back with what I knew now, like, oh my gosh, it's like a total cycle of life, isn't it? But you said a couple of while ago now that you don't want to leave a legacy. Why? Why? Because you do. I have 3 albums of you here, and I know you have a lot of more music in digital form. Why don't you say, okay, or think about that this will overlive you? Like, you leave it here. People can listen to it 100 years later.
It's just I want to have the experience to go into that bubble again, and somehow, maybe not immediately, but maybe later, have that moment when I say, okay, this is a song, and then thinking about how to visualize it, and then all this is just fun. It's just being in that bubble, and I enjoy that. And then I'm not thinking about leaving a legacy. That's too big.
I mean,
it's not up to me.
I think I understand how you mean it. Like, to don't think about that you leave it here. But I mean, in that situation where you were in the hospital, didn't know where it goes. Because when I know I have 24 hours left and then it's done, like I can do something, everything is said and done, then I would think in my head, it's okay. You wanted to be Pi.A, you just made songs, you put them out, you have a handful of people listening to it. That's more than you ever imagined to happen. So, and maybe someday, somehow, a kid from, I don't know, 50 years later goes to Spotify and finds a Pi.A song and says, hey, that sounds cool, and maybe had that thoughts, and I can do something even with not being here anymore. That's something, it hypes me so much to know that it's timeless to make a song. It's timeless, it overlives you. Like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is not here anymore, and every generation knows his songs still, because it was so good. And to be better and to be like grown in your own process is something hyping me so much that I am not ashamed to say it's an addiction. It's a positive addiction. Like, I love to have that addiction. And if I know 24 hours left, I would be sad that I can make one more song in that hours because I'm laying in the hospital. But for me, it would be okay. And I would all that songs to be played on my funeral just to show me that I did something, just like for me to say, hey, this was your songs, and they wish you goodbye when you go. Like, crazy idea. But,
crazy ideas. But I feel the same, but it is just being in that bubble, working with music, visuals, creating something. We're so lucky that we have this. I hope that other people have similar things.
And I mean, other people have the possibility to listen to music if they can't make music, but I think it's a connection lasting longer than love. I think it was a good bridge, love. I mean, you make music for the brokenhearted, my friend, and then you were in the hospital because of a broken heart.
Yeah,
so what are you planning to do with that image right now? Because the heart is fixed, the rhythm is stable, like you have a good beat, you know. You can just I wish they would recorded that heartbeat and then you make a song out of it or something crazy, like typical B2Fab idea would be so great to hear. But I think you can't say anymore you have a broken heart, right?
It's how to heal a broken heart. You go to the hospital. That's the
so
the solution.
on every album, broken heart, please go to your next doctor and get it fixed. So it's that easy, you know.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's bad jokes, but what would you try to do now where the heart is fixed? What's now?
It is. There was a strange twist of words suddenly. The broken-hearted theme, but it was something that I felt in music. Maybe it was a warning from my head to my heart.
Fortune.
It could have been, but somehow it was a theme for me. Some hashtag on and lots of hearts. Or broken hearts even on Instagram, in videos, everywhere. It was really a theme, but it was more in retrospect. Listening to my own music, I heard stories about love gone bad.
How do you feel listening to your own songs while knowing not to be able to make in the moment a new song, or to just like don't have the energy to, because you're struggling there, you have pain? How do you felt listening to your songs, and which of them helped you out of that darkness? I mean,
it's for me the song that sticks into my mind is Aliens the most. It is one remark I made in a conversation in a very strange moment. It was we are aliens, and no one understands us, and maybe we need to find that spaceship and travel the stars, and maybe that's our home.
And Aliens is one of your best songs on the 10 years B2Fab album, isn't it? So it's the main song. It's weird to release an album and after that to I don't know, just like have the fight of your life. So okay, so now back from the hospital, then you just recovered a little and they let you go home, and you came home and just slept the first day and whatever. What did you do on the next day? Like, do you started to try to continue like you did before, or did something change because you had that experience to have that operation as well? Like,
it is. You have pain, you have worries, I think even the next day I went back to hospital to have another check because I was dizzy again. But I don't know where it came from. I had the check and everything was still okay. So maybe it's just fear, could be. Those were things as well. They said, well, don't focus too much. Try to let it go. This whole thing. And yeah, slowly I learned to trust my heart again. To do
The heart.
yeah,
The heart.
to do the
So-
right things. Yeah.
So I mean, the trust, is it only coming like from inside, like to say, okay, it's time to trust the new friend I have now somewhere in my heart helping me to beat? Or did you say, there's love helping me feeling better? I don't know, love in general, to love someone or to feel in love, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just to tease some certain people watching. No, I will not say names. I will not say the name. But do you would say that love helps to overcome things?
Yeah, of course. It's yeah. You can't be without a little love, and yeah, maybe it's someone you can care for, or someone that cares for you, or preferably both, of course. And yeah, it's
I can feel it. I just like talk about the hidden topics no one should know. No, I'm just joking. I think love is a two-sided thing. The one thing is the love for yourself, to accept a situation, to accept what it makes with you, or to just be nice to yourself and say, hey, okay, I'm in that bad situation right now, but what should I do? Like, I can do nothing else without taking care of me to make that bad situation become better. And when you then have someone loving you, if it's a woman or kids, or I don't know, just like family or friends in general, it gives so much, isn't it? Like you feel safe without knowing that you really are safe. Like it's a weird feeling in between somewhere.
yeah, it's yeah. Somehow there's so much that can go wrong in love, and there's
Oh yeah.
so
And I
little
think
that can go
everyone-
right.
Yeah, it's something we
yeah.
all experience, right? If we want it or not, there are these bad type of people we met, or that people had to go on a certain level of life. But I don't know. Love is a very complicated topic, because when you start to feel love, you never know if it's good for long term, or if it really gives you what you're searching for. But in the end, I think when you have real love, you feel only safe. That's a big feeling of safeness and being grateful. I think that's what love really is: being grateful to have each other, to, I don't know, to make a living together. I don't know, these kind of things.
Yeah, it's so it's an endless inspiration. And in a way, that was the reason why I came in the Broken Hearted theme, because so many songs I had made were about like a love turning to stone, or feeling lost because the other one abandons you. It's about feeling connection, but the connection breaks. It's about someone being far away.
Yeah.
And
Loving someone
trying
far
to
away,
be-
like 1,000 miles away, like that girl making that song. What was her name? If I can
you sent it
fall to the sky, something like this. I don't know.
1,000 miles. Yeah. So
I forget her name.
yeah, that
Doesn't
was
matter.
yeah. It was a year ago. Everyone was far away, only no way to come close because it was dangerous. Yeah, it's far away friends, far away love.
Yeah.
And so it's it kind of stuck to me, this broken heart theme. And now it even got me into hospital. Yeah.
I mean, we are both such bad people. We are both laughing about it. I think other people would say, "Oh my God, how they can laugh about that serious operation." But
Yeah.
I don't know, that's the way we are. We don't take much things serious. I don't know. just like, but I mean, if you would have the possibility to see yourself with 60 standing in front of you, just like starting life, starting to figure things out, and you could give them one wise word or one wise sentence to continue that life, what would you say to that younger you, being an OG on stage already? What would you say to that person?
Yeah. Now I would say, don't be afraid. Fear gives bad advice.
There's no fear. There's no fear. There can't be fear.
No, yeah. Fear can be overcome with reason. You just have to give it time.
Yeah.
I mean, and fear can have its good side. It can prevent you from harm.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's better to have your inner, deep, maybe fearful person, talking with reason.
Totally
and
agree.
Maybe give things a place. Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think when I would stand in front of my younger self, I would laugh the whole time about my younger self. That was totally natural reaction of me to say, "Hey, stupid P.A, how are you?" Like when I was 17, I just had an operation myself on my voice, and it was the scariest shit I ever experienced, because they had a laser and there was like something on my voice thing, and they just have to cut it out in operation. And it was the time where Michael Jackson died. So, and it was in the media that he died from that one medication, that sleeping medication, that propofol or something. And they give me the same Narcos thing, and I saw the bottle, and I was like, because then the Narcos started to work, and I was like, guys, what do you want to do with me? Do you want to abuse me? Do you want to kill me? And in that moment, I just slept, and when I wake up, it was all done for sure. And then I looked to that nurse and say, "Why do you stare at me the whole time?" And she said, because I don't know, you look weird when you sleep, like a little dad. And I was like, thank you. Like, it's totally demotivating, but it's okay. And I should stay there 3 weeks, but I went the same day because was too scared to stay there. And I was always scared. And if I would meet my younger me, I would tell her, be scared, but still do it. You can be scared, but please don't stop doing it. Do whatever you want to do. Like, this is something I would tell my younger self. Maybe I will tell my children someday or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So B2Fab, you have now a new repaired heart. What are your future plans? Do you want to travel again? Do you can even travel with that?
Yeah.
I mean, flying.
It's
I
asked it immediately.
Yeah, I know, because you without traveling would be a half B2Fab. Wouldn't function.
Can I drink? Can I have drugs? Can I have sex? I asked. And they said, you can have everything you want. There's nothing stopping you. Only if you drink too much, it will give your heart problems, but it would give your heart problems anyway. So better not do it.
So when you drink, you have a double bass, right?
Like that, yeah.
Okay, I mean the important points are, but what about flying? Can you fly with that because of the pressure?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
there's only traveling maybe to Sudan,
Oh my God.
a country
You
at
don't want to
war.
go there.
No,
I
it's
don't think you want to go there.
no. It's I can travel, and if I go somewhere, it should better be with good medical care, and that's the only thing. Otherwise, I
Yeah,
can
sure.
be as crazy as I always was.
Yeah, that's. I mean, to have your life is, I think, something most people would wish for when they would know you. To just like be able to travel a lot, to have friends everywhere around the world. I mean, you can travel and you always have a friend somewhere, right? It's something I try to build up too, because it's so cool to go somewhere and know someone there, or just like to meet a stranger and become friends.
Yeah, but you have places to go to too, like Washington, like Seattle.
I can go to Seattle. I can go to Sacramento. Hope I said right.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can use
that
that
life.
slot. So yeah, I mean, we how do they say? We say greetings to the pioneers, 𝗔𝗹𝗽𝗵𝘁𝗄𝗲𝗏. How do we have Little Simpson?
Yeah.
When I forget somebody, please don't be mad at me, because I'm scared as hell to
𝗲𝗃,
do that live stream already.
Yeah.
So it's always scary for me. I have you when I go to the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So there are a couple of people. I have a friend called 𝗲𝗺𝗃 in Sweden. Was it Sweden? She's from Sweden, right? So I want to see Norwegian. Is it like that? Yeah. I mean, you were there before, right? You were with her there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this
I was
place,
lucky enough to-
hi 𝗲𝗃. I see that you're watching. We see it.
Finland.
Finland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I know a couple of people in UK too, but UK, when you're German, you don't want to go to UK. I shouldn't say that loud, but you don't want to go there because the food is too different. And she's writing, you two are such a delight to listen together. And you are our favorite girl, really. We love you.
Yeah.
I mean, I love you. B2Fab loves you too. And I don't know, we just talking now silly bullshit like we mostly do when we talk.
All the time. Yeah.
All the time, every day. Like there's like that slot where we just talk bullshit. But so when will continue to make music? And how you imagine the next song? I mean, it's the first time you have a fixed heart, like physical, but how?
Yeah.
How should it be? You can't sing now that your heart is broken. These kind of topics are now not possible anymore, my friend. You just ruin your creative artist being with getting fixed.
Yeah. There's still more. So I have ideas, and it has always been like that. So all day I have a notebook and write down little ideas, plans, things. And then, I used to have this day and night rhythm, and then at night work on music. I'm trying to bring it back. I have ideas and working on it, and it's some songs you already heard, or ideas you already heard. So I'm going to take that one step further.
There's a song we wrote before everything happened with you. I mean, you wrote and I just sing it, and I remember I was sick that day and I was totally don't deliver. It was, for me, horrible to listen to. And you were like, no, it's okay, I can use that. And I was, no. So it's still on my table and I'm planning to do that. But I have the feeling I have to feel good about myself when I sing that. Because it's a powerful song and it needs powerful notes and it needs like the back again strength in the voice. But I don't have it right now. I don't know why.
It's about love and it's about that special, maybe emotion, and you have to feel it, of course.
Because I'm making sad songs. Always negative topics and then converting them, and when I have then a positive topic I really struggle to deliver because it's too happy for me. It sounds weird to people, but it's really too happy for me. I need songs where somebody's dying. I don't know, some negative energy where I can say, oh, come on, Cloud, I just want to bump you and kick you and just make you better. But I think I need the mood for that song because it's a very happy like dance track. That's what we can reveal. It's a club song. When you would listen to it in Netherlands, Berlin or whatever, you feel like dancing because the song is about dancing. But dancing, being in love and dancing, and my husband isn't dancing, so I can't imagine making a happy dance with someone. And so that's what it's about.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. But I'm thinking about bringing an edge to the song. Yeah, you're talking about, discussing about a song.
Oh,
it isn't even there. But I'm thinking about bringing an edge to it that's maybe more, different than just the happy dance song.
You know what's weird? When I write songs, I always try to make them a little more happy. That's something I really have in my head. Say, don't be that dark because people need cheering up and not feeling down. So that's something I always said to myself. And then I keep ending up making a melancholy track again because it's me. I can change myself. I can when I would sing, so I'm so happy and lucky and have birds and bees flying around me, no one would believe me because everyone would feel that it's so unreal, and I hate being unreal, so I really struggle. I want from inside. It isn't that I didn't want, but when it comes to music, I can't. So it's like the how should I say, like a red bridge, and I'm not allowed to cross.
The red door you are not allowed to open.
Yeah, I'm just standing there, and there came this thunder, and my Cloud is saying, no, you can't go there. Just like that's the end of the road. You can cross, but
I have allowed myself to be on both sides of the bridge. So I have happy songs like Angel. And it is it's dancing, it's flowers in the field and happiness. So somehow I have that also in me. There used to be a period even when I was sad, I could write happy songs, and if I was happy, I could write sad songs. But I don't know if it's still the same.
But do you ever feel like you experienced something and you didn't thought it was this important or something, and then years later when you make a song, it came from nowhere into your mind, like you open the Pandora's box and something comes out, and then you write the song, and when it's ready, then you realize, oh, it was because of that back then, but you didn't think about it while you write the song. And this is something I really try to understand why it is like this. It's like therapy, but you don't plan to make therapy. You just have something totally different in mind. So
it's all about emotion, music, of course, and that's why it will be hard for AI to write all the music. Some music,
AI
maybe,
can
but
come.
not all the music.
We are ready to battle AI. I don't know. I just Don't know. We can try to make AI make the same song, like the same topic, and I would like to see what that AI would make out of it, and what we did out of it. It's a battle I'm in, because I believe that realness and love for detail, something that AI can't have, would be
finding the right emotion.
Would be the reason.
Yeah. Finding exactly the right tones, the right emotion will be difficult. But yeah, in itself, it's a revolution that this AI can at least understand better what we're asking, and that's new. The answers are still from a box, so sometimes it's garbage because there was garbage in it and it came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least there's now a way where AI can try to understand us, and that's new, and that's interesting. You can ask a very complex question that usually only a human would be able to answer. Now the computer can answer, but yeah, it can only answer what's inside, and yeah, if it's not true, if it's useless, or if it's just funny when it's not supposed to be funny, then it comes out, and crazy things happen. But at least the question was understood.
Right. And I just tried once to I just had a cloud of doubt I type in or something, and then what came out was a cloud with a sun, and I was like, okay, it's not fitting together, it's not what I type in. Because I want to see what kind of painting or whatever came out, but it was nonsense.
Yeah.
I didn't trust that this much, but I think it's because of my generation. My generation never trusted new things. I was the generation where the smartphone came and everything, and I was the last one of my group having one. I just because I didn't trust that things. And for me, it's totally natural to be negative first about something new, and then a couple of weeks later totally fell in love with it. That's something I just really have. It's normal, but I don't trust AI right now. I don't see that it could help me as an artist. I think it's a good thing for people who want to start making a song, because when they struggle to write lyrics and AI is helping you and you type in something, it can inspire you or show you how to write, but it doesn't show you complex rhythms or complex melodies, poetic
how it
instruments.
Will fit in the rhythm of the music.
Yes, but it helps you to build, to build something up, but.
Yeah,
I don't know,
of course.
Nowadays people are so smart, like the new generation being now 20. I mean, I'm old too. You always think I'm young. I'm old too. These people know everything, and they're 18, 20, and they know how to make a song, maybe like when they're interested into music, better than I would be at 20 or you would be at 20. It's so crazy and weird how fast people get this intelligent this quick.
It's also because of technology, smartphones. It has become easier. You can make a world hit song when you're 13 or 8 even because of technology. Also, you can just do it with a guitar in your voice if you want to still. There are just more ways to get things done now, and the young people, of course, can step in anywhere. They're the lucky ones. But I also asked AI, of course, for a spaceship. So I want 2 people.
Yeah, sure.
In a spaceship, and then it came up with an image, and I looked at it and I thought, well, this looks really good, but then you look close up and it's complete garbage. But it had the right idea. It understood my question, and something came out.
Mine not. A happy cloud. When I type in cloud of doubt, what's that? Please restore or update your program. It doesn't function.
Yeah,
So,
I
oh
had the
my
same
God.
experience. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
then you
weird.
say, no, I mean exactly the opposite, and then it will go in the right direction. Yeah, but
I think when I would make half of the process of a song with AI, the fun would go away.
yeah,
It's for me. I'm like how does it call? Like a kind of sick person. It's always the same process. So I have an idea. I just make the beat, and then the lyrics happen just by magic, just because the emotions then just glued to the beat, and then it comes out the lyric, and then you somehow know how to sing it, and then it's ready, and then you just make the video. It's always the same process. But when I would change one thing of that, it wouldn't function for me anymore. I'm so sure about it. When I would say, okay, AI, write my lyrics, I would,
yeah.
no.
No,
No, not for me.
I also have a process, and it's about making notes. Someone says something to me, and it really blows my mind, or it makes impact. And then I make notes, and then sometimes it's 2 sentences that have some kind of rhythm and some kind of emotion and some kind of something that could be in the song, and they just stay there. And then maybe a year later, I come with something, and then I say, okay, these 2 lines are exactly the lines I need. And so in this whole process, there's never going to be AI somehow.
Yeah, it's not matching, and I just wonder how you as an artist or me should implement that, or just try it out. On which part, excuse me, for a cover, photo, or whatever, it's okay, but is it art then? Is it really art?
Yeah, it's
I'm
you
not quite
can.
sure, but it's the same with NFTs. Don't art, like in the beginning they weren't art at all. It was just random, a picture from the internet, and you say, oh, it's an NFT. But now, so many years later, these are little types, kind of art itself, when you look like to the big NFT creators. But in the beginning it was bullshit too, so I don't want to judge too much about it till it's a little older AI, and I can grab a feeling of what it is and how I can use it maybe. But for now it feels just weird and creepy and not the process. So
No, yeah,
but
and we're
so
both.
we come now to the end minutes of our airtime.
Okay.
Is there something you would like to say to someone have to make an operation for a peacemaker as well? Like, it doesn't matter if young or old or whatever. What would you say to that person after experiencing this?
So you're mentioning the pacemaker. It's something I need now to don't feel dizzy. If like you, like me, you have a situation where the rhythm is just not right, and there's no other problem physically in your body that could be treated to resolve it, then the pacemaker is the logical choice, and there are so many people now wearing it. There's so little impact on your life. It is it's like wearing a watch to have the time on you. It's to have a smartphone to remind you about your appointments, to have all the fun things and the people close to you, even though they're very far away. It's for some people everything they're watching all day. It's technology helping you, and in a way, pacemaker is the same. It's the ultimate
So it's
gadget.
totally natural, and people shouldn't fear
No, it's
that
totally not
to
natural,
have
and
that operation. Like everything's not this bad.
it's not as fearful as it might sound.
Yeah, yeah. It's I don't know. Most things in life are scary, but when we do it like you, and we found the calmness inside and the wiseness to say it's not that bad. It's a momentum. It's 5 minutes, and in 10 minutes I will feel better. So you don't worry much about things. And I think in that mindset, you really sit on the throne of your Alphatower and just say, I'm not the beta, I'm not the gamma, I'm the alpha in my Alphatower. Something I love my Cloudfighters to say. And you are not only Cloudfighter, you're one of my biggest inspirations. I'm so happy to meet you. I'm so happy that we have our journey together, that we go through all that things, and even our bad days. So this is a musical marriage, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome to the Cloudfighters Club, where cool people are. So what will I do now? I have an outro, which I think it's not that bad. I will play it. And before, thank you for having your time to join me on episode 2 of the Alphatower meet and greet. And I will hear you tomorrow, so we both hear each other very, very regularly. But for everybody else watching us, if you feel bad, if you feel sad and you want to feel better, just listen to your voice within. And if you need help, you will find the links of B2Fab on the description box, and you will find my website as well, where you can get basic Cloudfighter skills to feel better after listening to that tracks being created to make you feel better. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and I'm not this good in multitasking, so you guys have to...
So I have the time to say thank you to Pi.A. Thank you for having me.
So, okay. Are you guys ready for the outro? Are you ready for the outro, B2Fab?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Then let's
Thank
go.
you.
I'm not the beta, I'm not the gamma, I'm the alpha in my Alphatower.